Good morning, guys. Black coffee. How I start my morning. Every morning I fast until about 12 o'clock. And for all you coffee fanatics, I drink my coffee black because if I drank with milk, then I wouldn't be fasting. I fast until about 1 p.m. every day. Helps with my productivity. Helps me have more mental clarity when I'm trading. And it's just good for my overall fitness. One day, I will do a video on my morning routine and sort of like the other aspects outside of trading, such as fitness, health. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and Bitcoin breaking 60K on the weekly and heading towards all-time highs before then going to 100K and going to the absolute moon. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin. But before I jump into Bitcoin, I'm going to be doing a $100 giveaway. So 1 month's free access to myself and the community to one lucky winner. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'm going to be choosing a random comment from below to join myself in the community. You have access to my trades, full course breakdown, psychology help, psychology audios, Zoom calls, one-to-ones with me, absolutely everything. So I'm going to be giving away that for 1 month. All you have to do, like I say, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and at the end of the month or maybe middle of next month, I'll confirm by the end of the video when I'll be choosing a winner to join me for the month. So Bitcoin for the first time ever has closed above 60K. And this is very, very significant for Bitcoin because we have never ever done this before. You guys can see how precise we came up to that $60,000 region, but we never actually managed to close above. And this is the first time we've ever closed above retested in the history of Bitcoin. Now, what does this mean? For me personally, this means there's a lot of euphoria in the markets right now. There's a lot of people buying in at all-time highs, thinking Bitcoin is just going to go to 100K and plus. For me, this is fucking stupid. Each time we have a bull run in Bitcoin, we have deep pullbacks, okay? For instance, we had this run up here, look, big run up. We had a 200+% run up. And then what did we see? We saw a 30% pullback. Again, from here, we saw a 88% run up and then a 25% pullback. Again, run up, deep pullback this time where we saw a 50% decline in Bitcoin before then shooting higher. Okay, so imagine a lot of retail traders and a lot of basic beginner traders who don't really know how to trade. They see all these headlines of Bitcoin at all-time highs, closed above 60,000. Go now, otherwise you're going to miss the move. If you can understand the charts, you can understand that that just simply isn't how Bitcoin moves. Will Bitcoin go to 100K one day? Yeah, very, very possibly. I think Bitcoin could go to 100K one day, but do I think we're going to go to 100K from here just because we've closed above 60,000? There's no real reason to suggest so. And look, you guys can see how clean this is on the weekly time frame, that when we break these round significant levels, we actually retest them. Look, we broke 30,000 here, retested. Look, we couldn't close above 40,000. What do we do when we close above 40,000? We come back down for the retracement before then pushing higher, okay? And look, around here, a little bit of manipulation where Bitcoin closed above 50,000. And how many people do you think bought in here, expecting this to go to 100K, when, if you understand the technicals, when we break a key level or we break support and resistance, 9 times out of 10, we're going to come back at some point and retest that level. So people buying in here, they see a really nice strong weekly close, and then the weekly close very, very bearish the previous week, come back down, retest 40K, retest this resistance here, and now we have pushed back higher. So what can we see at the minute? Well, this next weekly close for me is going to be very, very interesting. If this next weekly close closes back below 60K, then on the monthly time frame, things are going to start to get very, very interesting. So you can see we are now coming up to create this double top around all-time highs, okay? And for me, we are potentially going to trap people who are longing too quick, okay? If I was looking to get involved with Bitcoin right now, would I be buying all-time highs? Absolutely not. Where would I be buying? Well, in the most simplest technical terms ever, I'd be looking to buy back around 50K, okay? And although that may not be much of a difference from where we are right now in terms of investment, you want to, why do you want to buy in an all-time high when we could see 20% dips before then pushing higher? And there's nothing to even say that Bitcoin can't come all the way back down and test these lower levels where we have broken out here and never quite retested. So we could easily see Bitcoin come all the way back down and have a 25% possibly even more drop before then pushing on to 100K plus. So key thing to note, lots of euphoria in the markets right now, okay? We're going to have pullbacks, okay? And they're the points where you want to get involved in the markets, okay? When we go down to low time frames, you guys can see we had some really, really nice buying in opportunities at 40,000. Look, nice counter trend line here, break, retest. That was back in the 6th of October, and now we've had a big push up. So, I mean, if you had bought here, once we broke above, bought in at 40K, you would have been much better off than all of these people who are buying at all-time highs. So you'd already be up 60% from that position. And from this break and retest, you'd be up about 25% there as well. So almost 100% return just based off these two scalings right here. So as a lot of you more experienced traders will know, you need to be doing the opposite to what the crowd are doing, okay? And what are most of the crowd doing? Well, most of the crowd, when we were around 60,000, were buying in here thinking that this is going to go to 100K. And what happened last time we were around 60K? We dropped all the way back down. We dropped 50%, all the way back down to 30,000. We halved our investment for the people who are buying it at 60,000, lost out big time. And not only that, is this just one big trap for people who don't understand technicals, people who just invest into Bitcoin without actually knowing how to trade it and the best way to actually optimize your investment so you don't buy it at all-time highs, okay? If you understand technicals, you could have seen that this was a very, very key area, which I actually sold Bitcoin around this price because it was very, very key that we couldn't close above 60,000. 60,000 was a very, very significant level, as well as it is right now. So don't be the crowd, have an edge in the markets, because that's how you succeed, is not doing what everyone else is doing. So if everyone else, all these influencers, all these fuckboys are telling you to buy into Bitcoin at all-time highs because we're going to 100,000, don't listen to them. If you want to buy into Bitcoin, buying in at an all-time high makes zero sense. If you talk in terms of a risk to reward, okay, what is the risk at the minute? Well, the risk is a minimum of a Bitcoin coming back down to 50,000 and potentially coming all the way back down to 45,000, okay? And when there's no previous targets of upside potential, it's very easy for people to say when Bitcoin's in a bull run, yeah, Bitcoin's just going to keep going up. Well, when we have no previous structure of history of price going up, then it's very easy to say so. For me personally, I have no real reason why anyone can call the figure of 100K at the minute when it's just complete no man's land. So the way that you need to be trading is basing targets off previous structure. So for me, we're at an all-time high, okay? So the risk for Bitcoin at the minute is dropping 40%. What's the upside potential? I have no idea because there's no previous structure to mark off. So we could just come all the way up here and then just dip back lower. So in terms of risk to reward, is it risky buying a crypto at all-time highs? Of course it is. So don't be that person that buys into Bitcoin at all-time highs. You wait for pullbacks to good around significant levels before then looking to buy back in at a later date. So what is my thoughts on Bitcoin? Where do I think we're going to go? Okay. I personally think that at the minute we're starting to create some sort of trap in the markets. Okay, we've clearly broken above 60K. We're retesting and pushing up really, really nice. Okay, and what you guys have to understand is when retail traders are buying in at these all-time highs, what are the institutions doing? Okay, if you had longs in Bitcoin from here and here, where would you look to secure your profits? Well, you'd be looking to secure your profits around this very, very key significant previous high. Okay, so I personally think as a lot of retail traders are looking to buy into Bitcoin at all-time highs, I personally think there's going to be a lot of profit taking, because profit taking around this region is a smart thing to do. When retail traders take profits, when retail traders think about Bitcoin, they don't take profits because they're scared that it's just going to go up from here and go to the moon, whereas institutions and smart investors take profits around previous highs because they know that it's a very significant level to do so, as well as they understand that the market doesn't just go up 100% with no pullbacks. Okay, like I've just shown you guys, once we've had these big bull runs, we've had 25-30% drops. So a lot of profit taken around here. Investors wait for the next 30% plus drop before then looking to get back involved and ride it then up to, let's say, 100K, whatever it may be. So for me personally, I think we are going to breach the all-time high. Okay, I think maybe on the daily we'll close above this all-time high. We can maybe tap into, we've got 65,000 around here as well, potential to, let me just clean this up actually. Let's put 65,000 on, because that 65,000 is a very, very nice round significant level as well. So look, previous candle tapped into 65,000 before wicking all the way back down and closing back below 60K. Is that a coincidence? Absolutely not. There's a reason that we tapped in 65,000. There's a reason that the body's closed exactly below 60,000. 60,000 is a very, very key significant level. We've now broken and retested it. And for the next few days, we may just range in between 65,000 and 60,000. We're not just going to shoot up, okay? We need to grab liquidity, gain momentum in order to have the next big run up. We need people to start buying back in. And do I think a few fundamental headlines are enough to boost this all the way back up? Not really. This next week is going to be a very, very key, because I'm very, very keen to see this monthly candle. And if this monthly candle can close back below 60K, then I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Bitcoin all the way back down in the mid 40s in the next coming weeks. But for time being, what do I think is going to happen? I think we are going to breach that all-time high. We're going to see a lot of headlines in the news come out. Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, Bitcoin to 100K, more influencers start jumping in, more retailers start jumping in. The euphoria in the market is going to be even higher than it already is right now. When euphoria is so high in the markets, that's when you want to stay a little bit more patient, have the back foot, and be a smart trader. Okay, I say trader emphasized because a lot of these retail traders who are buying into the euphoria and the hype aren't actually traders. They're just people who buy and hope for the best. Okay, so potential breach of all-time high. And I do think by the time the weekly closes, remember, this is just my opinion. Anything can happen. I'm not here to predict. I'm simply going to react to whatever happens. Okay. And I do think on the daily, we could bounce around here. And then it'll be very, very interesting to see if this next weekly candle closes back below 60K. If this next weekly candle closes back below 60K, then I think there could be a 25-30% drop on Bitcoin, and this close above 60K was nothing but manipulation and a way to bring in more retail traders before the market having deep pullbacks. How do we know what to do? How do we know where Bitcoin is going to go? How do we trade it? Okay, well, it's very, very simple, to be honest. Trading cryptos technical wise can be very, very simple. It's a lot less manipulated than FX. You guys can check out the video that I'll pop up that I made on how to trade Bitcoin. But I'll just quickly show you guys a very, very simple way how I've been able to load up on Bitcoin longs in this big bull run. Okay, so you can use the simplest of tools as nothing but a counter trendline breakout. Okay, very, very simple. Everyone is more than capable of drawing counter trendline breakouts. You can even see there's even another big one here. Okay, so when Bitcoin is trading around 30,000, do you want to be buying here just because we're at a significant level? Not really. You want to be drawing a counter trend line, waiting for that breakout, and then looking to get involved, okay? Because it's more confirmed, really nice bullish daily close. You look to go long here, and you're currently up 90% from that breakout there. And this is just on a daily time frame. You'll see these on lower time frames as well. Again, we break out here, you see a 50% upside push. We have a trend line where we're pushing down 25%. Okay, we've had a 25% drop. Do we want to buy here after a 25% drop just because it's around significant level? You can do. What I'd rather do is wait for this sort of consolidation, wait for these rejections, and you can either buy here or you can wait on the lower time frame, the breakout, the retest, and be running up another 50% position here. Okay, so very, very simple elements. Just trade counter trendline breakouts and just simply follow the momentum on Bitcoin as well. So how do you do that for the downside? Well, let's take a look at this downside move here. Okay, you would have had a kind of counter trend line on somewhere like this from this 1-2 look, break, retest. We saw a 20% drop before then pulling back up to retest these lows before then seeing another 50% drop. And again, it will be much cleaner for you guys to see on lower time frame because you'll get much cleaner breaks and retests below. You have a counter trend line break. Once we break, we saw a 40% drop. Okay, and what a lot of retail traders don't understand is if you have a good enough broker and you trade on a good platform other than fucking Coinbase, you can actually short these on the way back down as well. So why would you want to short? Well, let's say you have a $50,000 investment. Okay, you short Bitcoin on the way back down and you make 25%, 20%, whatever it may be. that 20%, that 20% that you've now made, you can reinvest back into Bitcoin at an even better price. Whereas most retail traders are buying in all-time high, you can start selling when you get the right confirmation at all-time highs, and you can make money on the way down as well. So what a lot of retail traders who invest into Bitcoin don't understand is you can trade both sides of the markets. And what's been my key success in the markets, FX, cryptos, whatever it may be, is exposing myself to both sides. If you have shorts in cryptos and you have long in cryptos, let's say you've been buying since 30,000, you bought again at 40,000, you bought again at 50,000. When Bitcoin is around here, you want to start getting involved in short positions as well. And once you have short positions, once Bitcoin comes back down to these lows here, you have Bitcoin trapped. You have longs, you have shorts, and you simply couldn't care less where the market is going to go. And that is the absolute key to be able to trade successfully in any markets, is having exposure to both sides of the market, so you're not trying to predict too much. Okay, whether Bitcoin comes back down to 50,000, whether we come back down to 40,000, or whether we go to 100,000, I have absolutely no idea where we're going to go, nor could I really care less about where we're going to go. I'm simply going to react to what I see when we do so. Okay, and that was the reason I was able to sell Bitcoin around 60,000 for this big drop, was trading these very, very simple elements. Seeing a big bearish push, consolidation, you just go short here, you go short here. Or even here, look, price breaks above, you go long 60,000, price breaks back below, we retest, you close your longs, you go short. You miss out on, you take a 0 point less than 1% loss, you go short. Okay, you've just banked 50%. Stop trying to trade with a bias. Don't trade an ego, simply trade what you see. As Bitcoin is trading above 60,000 right now, does it make sense to jump straight into shorts on Bitcoin? Absolutely not. Bitcoin breaks above, Bitcoin retest, you go long here until we close back below 60K and retest, then it makes sense in terms of trading what you see to keep riding the wave back up. All I'm saying is, when there's a lot of euphoria and a lot of retail hype in the markets, and a lot of fuckboys saying to buy in at all-time highs, I'm just saying, take that step back, be skeptical. Do I think Bitcoin is just going to shoot off to 100K from here? Absolutely not. We're going to have fluctuations in the markets. That's just how the markets work. So be aware of that. I hope this video has helped you guys, and I hope you can pick up on some really, really key tips and learn how to actually trade Bitcoin and keep the technicals very, very simple. And you can just simply ride the waves of the markets, whichever way we may go. Who cares? We're going to trade it. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I say, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm going to be picking one winner to join myself in the community for 1 month. So I'm super excited about this. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one.